Hello and welcome to Katharine's Creatures. This is a series where I get to talk a little bit about and touch base upon mythical beast beings and the like, pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying that I am not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize in advance. And today I wanted to talk about the Patasola, and this is per recommendation, and Patasola actually translates to the term single leg, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But the Patasola comes from Colombian folklore. She is thought to be a female monster from the jungle who appears to men, typically hunters, loggers, but also millers, miners, and even animal herders. Pretty much just anybody who goes into the depths of the jungle and her terrain. And her kind of MO is she'll get the men to kind of follow her and lure them out into the forest where she will attack them for her own purposes. And we'll get to that also in a moment. But her description is how she lures men. She is thought to be a beautiful in look, and she's thought to be very seductive, and can appear in the likeness of a loved one, so someone that the victim is familiar with. And again, using this look, she will lure them away from companions deep into the jungle, and where they get lost, and only then she will reveal her hideous appearance, her actual look, which is that of a one-legged person, or some kind of actually creature, if you want to describe it that way, who's thought to be very ferocious and has this almost insatiable hunger or lust for human flesh and blood. And she is thought to, when she attacks men, to either feed upon their bodies or drain them of their blood. So a little bit vampire-like in that sense. She's known to live in a variety of mountain ranges, virgin forest, and other kind of jungle-like areas that are densely packed with foliage. She's thought to be nocturnal, coming out at night, but does like to interfere with the daily activities of those who come into her terrain by doing some of the following, like luring away hunting dogs off their scent, blocking shortcuts in the jungle so that people can't get through, and just in general disorienting the men and hunters, preventing them from doing what they want to do. She is also thought to be a protective spirit of the forest, protecting the animals and just essentially nature itself. And she is very unforgiving to those who come into her terrain with the point of destroying it or altering it dramatically in any way. Now, going back to her more hideous look, when I said that she's still kind of a feminine form, but has this kind of monstrous capability, because not only does she reveal that she has only a single leg, and that leg ends in a very bovine-like cloven hoof, and that hoof allows her not only to move very, very swiftly, interestingly enough, but it allows her to move in a plantigrade movement. I had to look up that term, so there you go. There's a word for the day. But very, very fast. She also is sometimes described as having a singular breast, bulging eyes, cat-like fangs, a hooked nose, large or big lips, and she can have the capability to turn into an animal form. More often than not, those forms take the shape of either a large black dog or cow. And the only other thing I have to note about her is that there are certain people who say that she will climb up to the top of a mountain or a tree to sing. So there you go. A little almost siren capabilities too in those sense. But that is the Patasola from Colombia. If you have any questions about this or anything else, post them in the comments below or reach out to me on any of my other social media. And until next time, Skål.